Cool. We're back. I'm JD123, and as always, joining me is Nero Cole. Say hi.
Long time no see, people, even though we just, posted a video like 16 hours ago. Literally 16 hours ago.
Yeah, but we haven't done a live stream in a while.
It's been a while. It's been a week since we did the last live stream. Probably actually a little over a week now.
Yep, just gonna post it on my... Oh, Master Riku's here. He's always so quick to join.
And of course the obligatory mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
We're good. And V-Griff is here. What's up, man? What's up, Master Riku? Good to see you too. It's been a long time.
Alrighty.
And Joel, feel free to, yeah.
Maybe we should level up. Let's see. Let's see where my level is.
Yeah, let's check your level. I would. Oh, you really have gone. Oh, glad to hear it, V-Griff.
It's level 36. Should we try to go to level 37 before we go to another world?
What's your next? No, just head for Pride Lands. You'll level up while you're there.
Alright, well. Oh, yeah, there's probably more stuff to get to.
Huh?
Yeah, there's probably more Heartless with bigger levels I could use.
Hager still had problems with the running nose, but that's about it. That sucked. I just recently got over a sinus infection, which sucks because I had a sinus infection right around finals, so that was fun.
Oh, we'll be fine with Pride Lands. It's cool. This is level 26.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, so it's never fun being sick right around finals. What's this? What's this?
What's this? What's this? Dum.
Oh, they're doing the keep like. Okay, never mind. Obligatory. This is the beginning of the stream, so it'll take us a little bit to get back into the swing of things.
Cool is moderating as always.
As always, I will.
Those rocks look so cheap.
Yes, this is a very fake reproduction of the Lion King. Oh yeah, those are very cheap looking rocks. Yeah, Master Riku up here with the no jokes. What a derpy look. There's so many meme level like pictures from the Pride Lands here. It's so good. You know, Joel?
Yeah. Technology was not at the...
No, this is not one of the finer moments in terms of technology. Two had to have been out before the PlayStation 3 was even... Yeah, it was out before the PlayStation 3, I believe, was a thing.
It's just like 2005, 2006.
When was the PlayStation 3 released? Anyone in the chat know the year it was released? I can't remember. Was 2006 the PS3? Actually, no, it might have been 2005. I can't remember. I will say Simba's voice actor sounds good here.
I think it's the same actor, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I believe it's the same voice actor. I love how they just ripped James Earl Jones. Fuck, what am I talking about? Okay. Alright. Vigor says, I think it was either 2005 or 6 or maybe 07. Yeah, so that would line up pretty well. Surprisingly, Sarabi didn't come to try to save him, because if that was Simba, I'd be calling out Mama. Yeah. The sad thing about The Lion King is that Sarabi kind of gets shafted.
Yeah. Maybe they'll fix that in the live-action version.
Maybe. And don't worry, people, we will talk about the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers that have been released, because there's a lot to talk about, but we'll talk about it throughout the video, because we'll be here a while.
Well, I get the feeling they might live here.
We had 4 people, now we have 2.
Don't be silly.
You'll jump in and out, Joel. Don't worry.
Is one of those people you?
Didn't bring anything to eat.
I had to jump out for a little. What?
It says my internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay.
Lord knows, I know it's not me.
Probably me.
Joel, you might want to check your downloads real quick.
So hang on. Checking my downloads. I have some notifications. Nope, everything's installed. There's some... Yeah, nothing's downloading.
Pop back in, you're fine, you're fine.
I'm back. I even turned off my phone notifications too, so my phone's no longer using the internet.
Okay, because sadly the cruise didn't. The cruise was all that.
We better go see what he wants.
Oh, he went on a
Oh,
cruise.
I think he's saying the cruise didn't go all that well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Bye.
I don't know what that
By the way,
was
I'll be-
about, but I'm glad it's over.
No, that sucks. Was this your first time on a cruise?
Everything's harder on four legs.
Also, people, you'll be happy to know that since then we've gotten a new router, so my internet is now the strong point. Oh, it
I
wasn't his first time. Okay.
You think I should get a new router? I should probably go to get a new router.
You might. Depends.
I'm gonna start a new file in case we have to start over for some reason.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Alright.
Well, we're fine right now, so that's at least good.
Okay.
This was my third cruise with my family. Nice. Gotcha. Never actually been on a cruise, oddly enough.
I should... Nope, should ask. Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, people. We'll start getting into things later. First back streams for Joel and I are always usually very slow.
Remember the one we did with Halloween Town, though?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
What'll we do?
I didn't know you lived in Florida,
God.
I didn't know you lived in Florida, V-Griff.
Stay back.
The Disney cruise?
I-
Oh, wow.
It might not be Florida, Joel.
I thought that Disney cruise was only in Florida.
I don't know. It might be in other places, but I'm not sure.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, you want to be careful about these Heartless. They pack a mean punch. Remember, people, I was telling Joel before this is around the time where the game starts getting into fuck you territory,
Thank you. You really saved
especially on critical. As Ricky says, something that just crossed my mind. Sword tried to train a dragon, but instead he killed her for a little while.
Heartless. Is that what they're called?
Which
I'm
dragon?
not sure if there are any others. I don't usually hunt outside the Pride Lands.
Figure says they are in Florida, and I thought you already knew that, Joel.
I must have forgot.
A guy named Riku is there?
That's all Nala emotes.
Or some bad guys in black hoods? Or maybe this really big
Joel has a hard time remembering things. Someone could tell him something, he'll remember it for a while, but things kind of tend to slip from
well, we might as well go take a look
Joel's
anyway.
memory. Oh, Maleficent is in a dragon form.
Pride Lands are dangerous. Scar and the hyenas have made things unbearable
Oh, that's
for
good.
everyone. There's no
So
food
Cole, I
left.
was just realizing something.
We're about to
You know how they always
Yeah.
show the Let It Go sequence from Frozen in the Kingdom Hearts trailer?
Didn't you?
I
Yeah.
guess you're right.
That means they're actually gonna. Do you think they'll actually play the song? Like they'll just show the entire song in full music?
They may do segments of it. We might get truncated down versions of it. We have no idea.
Took over when our
Like
last
they'll just
That's a
do
possibility.
full music, you know, all.
So you're saying this guy's your king?
Maybe they are part of Disney, so Disney could give them the rights to do so.
Wait just a minute.
Speaking of those trailers, what did you think of the most recent, the final trailer we've gotten, Joel?
Then again, if they see
My,
that I'm stronger
I
than
got
they can,
the
maybe
feels,
they'll want me to be their next
and
king.
like, who hurt my anime child?
I'd have
Who,
to admit,
who hurt my anime child?
still,
Who hurt my
I'd like to
beautiful
see
anime
Pride
boy?
Lands, so you guys don't mind
I gotta
letting
say,
them
I am loving. I love how the Keyblade Graveyard battle. It looks like it's going down. I also love the look of Scala ad Kylum. That place looks beautiful. And I love the way Xehanort hams that lineup. He
He's gonna
says,
go on ahead
"My
and tell
other
the
four
other
cells
Lions.
will join as one
We're
here
supposed to meet her at
at
a place
Scala
called
ad
Pride
Kylum." I love the way that actor delivers it. That voice actor's really, really growing on me.
Yeah.
I really, really like how he hams up that line. Vigor says the trailers were fun to watch. Indeed, they were, Vigor. That's Riku. I just hope we don't get another KH2 Atlantica with Frozen's World. Oh god, I hope not.
No, they've shown fighting and other cool
No,
things.
we're getting fighting, but I just hope if we're gonna do singing segments.
I
Because
know
it's funny, it
that.
takes the last game to...
What?
Vigor says, it's funny it takes the last game for villains to have any sort of development.
I thought Master Xehanort's had some pretty good development.
Well, when you think of it in the way of trying to truncate it all together, then yeah, he has a point.
By the way, we did a video about the Coded. If anybody's interested in watching that, that's part
Speaking
47.
of Coded, yeah, part 40. Yeah, we did that, and we trashed that game more than I ever thought I would.
I mean,
If you want to see Joel and I just trash a Kingdom Hearts game, just go watch that Coded video.
and I thought we trashed Days pretty well.
No, we trash Coded much worse.
I mean,
What's-
what?
Vigor says he saw that already.
Okay, good. Gotta keep it up.
Lord. It's sad because I thought I liked Coded a lot more than I did. Then we started talking about it. I'm like, and if you just saw, if you were to see my face, you would just see the smile on my face just start leaving. Thank you, Vigor. Thank you. You basically said my entire thing with Coded. Vigor says, Coded has excellent gameplay, but the story felt so out of place. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes.
It's weird that I feel like I like Dream Drop Distance more than Coded sometimes.
Oddly enough, yeah.
There's more things that happen that are of consequence and of interest. Even if it is all just set up.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing Coded has over Dream Drop Distance is gameplay-wise, it is more varied than most Kingdom Hearts games. The problem is, that's all it has.
Let's see, I think I have some abilities I can put in here. Oh, here we go, Lion. Oh yeah.
Thankfully, and again, if you listen to that video, Joel and I wonder, I'm like, I don't know what we're really going to do with the Coded stuff in 3. Actually, I'm kind of hoping the Riku we see at Big Hero 6 World and San Francisco is just Repliku.
I'm now starting to think it will be, because especially after the trailer where we see the evil Riku in his little suit.
Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what would it really mean for Dataku to really be there?
Apart from the bugs, which apparently are there.
Yeah.
I keep saying Big Hero 6 World is dealing with the bugs.
Meager says, even Birth by Sleep wasn't all that bad considering that it fits with the narrative, but the plot and the stupidity is insufferable, exactly.
Well, I think
Man,
Birth
I
by
really
Sleep
feel
is
like
just more interesting.
That
was-
too. Man, I feel like our thoughts have become more concrete as this journey has gone forward, Joel.
I mean, you know how I've changed. I felt I've changed quite a bit. I've become more lighter. Like,
Me
I used to
too.
be like one starkest defender, and while I do think it's still the best story game, I don't know. I really like 2 a lot more.
Yeah, I think 1 is great, especially for its time, but other games have been moving forward, especially in the gameplay department.
I think even
Story,
the
that's
story department too in certain areas. There's some things I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a bit more story-wise with the other games. It's gonna be.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I think 3.
Even structurally, which would be weird.
I mean, I think 3 is
But you
gonna.
were saying?
I think 3 is gonna blow some of us out of the water.
Oh, thank you, Vigor. Thank you for bringing that up. Also about Xehanort's eye color is that one trailer, it's more symbolism than literal. Yeah. Which is funny, because Joel and I looked at the opening. He has blue eyes when he's with Ericus.
And I'm just glad because, like, I thought the idea of him having yellow eyes as his actual color were kind of weird.
We're kind of going for the overtly evil look, but that begs the question. I'm glad we're finally here to talk about it, Joel. What was it that really drove Xehanort over the edge?
Well, I don't think we know.
Well, I mean, if I had to make it, I mean, if I had to make a guess, I'd have to assume
He made a
curiosity
deal with
got the
Bill
better of him.
Cipher. That's what happened. Just kidding.
But going in canon, I imagine curiosity got the better of him, and he just went to darkness for at least a while, and that's how we see what happened to him. 3D showed that Xehanort has yellow eyes. Are we talking young Xehanort, Vigriff? Because if that is young Xehanort, I think even the one we see on Destiny Islands isn't the one we're seeing in,
I'm just doing a check.
Because if that's the case, I don't think that version of Xehanort is the one we're seeing in... I think the one we're seeing with him and Ericus is a younger version of him.
By the way, someone had the theory that Xehanort grew up in Scala Acclylum.
That would make sense, though. That would beg the question. Now, again, this could be retcon because this is Nomura. But, as Riku says, I have to say that I like seeing Riku's new Keyblade they previewed in the KH3 trailer. Yes, I love his new trailer. Vigo says not buying it. I mean, this is no more we're talking about, so retcons are happening. Though you could very well be right, Vigriff, because and going by what you're going for, that would kind of make it a little weird. Of okay, if he is from Destiny Islands, then why would he be the one to leave Destiny Islands? Because Riku talked up quite a bit that there was a person who left Destiny Islands who finally left that was from it. So that's kind of weird, unless that's not Xehanort.
No, because Xehanort returns to Destiny Island as an old man with Ventus, so why pick that place?
You know, that is a good point. He very well could have returned to the island, just realized this is too small, we need to start doing shit. Could be. Figure says it's Xehanort.
Yeah, it's just,
you know, Joel, Vigor brings up a good point. That could be used for a lot of logic for a lot of these games. It's Xehanort.
Everything's Xehanort.
Yes,
you're either a Sora, or you live long enough to see yourself become a Xehanort.
Xehanort. By the way, I love the look of Scarlet Adcom. I also like 13 Darknesses in that get-up. I really love that.
Finally, some new outfits.
Yeah, it looks really, really cool. I'm going to be interested to see how Scarlet Kylum plays. If it's just for the final battle, for it's a world we can actually just traverse.
Let me save. Well, Nomura said you can do almost anything in this world, whatever that means, so...
Well, to be fair, he said a lot of things that have changed in 3, so who knows. But then again, that was pretty recent, so I would imagine Scarlet Kylum would kind of be that. I'll be interested to see how that plays.
I've seen... Oh, I love him.
Figure says I found him strange.
I love him. I love that rose coat.
I love that aesthetic because I find it a really unique aesthetic in terms of that world. Now, funny enough, we talk about aesthetic of that world, Joel. I'm pretty sure in the background of one of those buildings, I see the Nobody symbol.
I've heard they showed concept art back when this was Cabletown of Sora going into like some sort of library.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that looked a lot. And that looked like.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, we mentioned that.
Well, we mentioned that in. No, we haven't. Yes, it translates. It directly translates to Ladder of Heaven, but a better translation is Stairway to Heaven. The rough translation is Ladder. The actual translation is Stairway to Heaven. I swear I better be hearing some Led Zeppelin up in there.
Highway to the danger zone.
That's Highway to Hell, Joel.
Oh, highway. That's the road Xehanort's gonna take in the after 3.
So Joel, you were right. It looks like everyone gets Thanos.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Well, considering we see Donald, Riku, and pretty much all of them go up in like dust, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Digger says, so what are the chances of Vanitas switching sides?
I'd say he goes AWOL at the end. I'd
say AWOL. I wouldn't say, I think he doesn't choose any side. I'd say he just goes on his own.
Like, my perfect dream scenario is Xehanort defeated and you just kind of see, like, Vanitas in the background just running off somewhere. It's like, I'm going solo. Maybe I'll be the next villain.
Pulling a Revenge of the Fallen, just going, this isn't over.
Not even that, like, just, I'm doing my own thing now. I'm, like...
So how do you think this is going to end? Well, we know that 3 will not be the final game, but in terms of how this game is in terms of Xehanort, I don't know. Considering everyone really...
Yeah, my guess is Keyblade Graveyard, like, the second to last place. Then you got then Thor pretty much loses everybody. Then it's like, then finally, Xehanort, Master Xehanort, Thor finally gonna have that showdown. And then maybe they all come back. Maybe there's a consequence. Sure I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure the Scala will be an all-out battle.
13 against 1.
Yeah, and others gradually joining as it continues. You know, I had an idea, Joel.
What?
It's been confirmed in this most recent trailer that Riku is the other playable character.
Right.
So I'm wondering if when it's Riku alone in the darkness, if it's him trying to gather everyone else who kind of lost during that battle.
Do you think that maybe that's happening later? Like that could happen even after the battle of the Jazillion
Yes.
everything. So
Yes.
Hey, why don't
because the trailers make it look like Mickey and Riku go to the dark world of their own
Yeah,
accord.
but I would imagine they go to and from the realm of darkness. Vigor says there's 3 ways I can see this ending.
Which are?
Yes, which are.
Give us some context, people.
If that's the case, I think that might
I don't
be where
like
it's
the
going, 'cause
fact
I like
original Kingdom Hearts music plays in front of the cutscenes sometimes.
Why when I rescued
Which
the little
one?
guy, he was
Right
always
now.
this big.
Oh, this one. I kind of like it here.
I don't know.
I feel like out of any cutscene, I feel like it works here more than it does others. For others, yeah, I would give it to you. For a lot of others, it's really, really strange. For here, this one always worked for me. I don't know why that is.
I wish they just used the original Disney music or something, but... Oh, here's Regrowth's answers. Yeah, the
Xehanort
source.
wins and the universe is remolded. That could be possible. Because Sora wins through Friends on My Power, BS.
Well, that's more likely gonna happen. Some way.
I would imagine. I imagine Sora probably gets the X-Blade.
We can...
What's wrong?
Oh yeah, you gotta have Sora wield the X-Blade. Like, that's too epic.
I imagine that's how he probably restores a lot of things. They could pull a D. Grayman sort of thing.
Never mind, it's not
I see a Harry Potter thing happening.
I'll show you how.
More, it could go to a thing where maybe your heart is a prison, even if you yourself are not the prisoner.
I see a Voldemort ending for Xehanort where he just turns into dust. After all his Norts are defeated, he's the last Horcrux.
And going off of Vigor's last thing, it could very well be a thing of Sora wanting to save everyone kind of puts him at odds with other people. Now, we don't know how that's going to go. Because that's at one point where D. Grayman kind of goes where to save all of the main character's friends, he has to open a part of himself that will basically ostracize him from the rest of the world. And I don't think they're going to do that with Sora, but I could see something kind of akin to that happening. And it may be that everyone lives happily, but Sora goes his own way for a little bit. We may very well get Sora as Ronin, Hawkeye.
He goes to the first Keyblade Temple. 21 years later, a young girl arrives, holding out a Keyblade, and he just looks at it sad.
Yeah, and so when he gets Sora, just takes the Kingdom Key and just throws it over into the river.
Awesome. I don't know.
But
I
the-
just hope,
and all-
I wonder how bitter they're gonna make this ending they're gonna go more.
I don't think they're going to make it better. I imagine it's going to be quite a struggle. I imagine, especially after that trailer, I imagine a lot of it is going to be people start joining Sora off and on as that battle happens, and then the battle itself is just an all-out battle between the 13 and the people who end up joining.
And then we all live happily ever after until 4?
I don't know. That's the other thing, is I don't know what the end game actually ends up being in terms of what happens after the battle.
We also have to take in mind how much of this Union Cross stuff are they setting up for 3, or this for something bigger for 4?
I could imagine it could be for something bigger. We may not even get much with Larium and Elrina with Larxene and Marluxia. Somebody's that might be held off till later.
Because a lot of this how it's gonna determine how I write my fanfic moving forward. That's for sure.
And a lot of what 3 ends is going to be how it goes for it, because especially after the whole leak that happened, the more outright confirmed that the epilogue and the secret ending were going to be released separately from the game, so it'll probably be more like a patch,
Interesting.
day 1 patch, which is good. Vigor says, so what are the chances that Demyx and Luxor were dandelions?
Alongside him.
I'm actually thinking pretty high.
Ow. Back.
I would imagine pretty high, to be completely honest. And I would imagine they'd save them to be something more later on.
Can the next villain of Kingdom Hearts not form a council of evil again?
Yes, can we just have a one-off villain again? I feel like that's what 4 needs to be. We just need just one villain and just have a one-off. We need to go back to something a little smaller. I don't want 4 to escalate to something more. No, I want something more smaller scale 4. And
I don't mind escalation after Xehanort dies, although my escalation's a little bit different. Though what I have in mind is a little bit different than probably what they.
No, I mean, but you know what I mean. I might go back because I imagine the way 3 ends is things are going to go back to peaceful a little bit. I want the next game to be a little more smaller scale. And kind of being a little more intimate with more of the world. Still getting a lot of worlds, but still doing more intimate stories.
Yeah. I mean, my plan is, depending on how 3 ends, is Kingdom Hearts 3 reimagined, then a 4th book, which is essentially ripping off Season 5 of Yu-Gi-Oh! The final Millennial Arc.
Master Ricky says, 101 Dalmatian Street Disney with Vigor. So how high is Nomura Square are going to pull a Kaguya on us? Oh God, Vigor, why did you have to bring that up? Why? Oh God. It depends. In a gameplay scenario, I think it's less likely because the whole thing with Kishimoto and that whole thing, and Kishimoto even admitted he made Madara way too damn powerful, so he had to have him outed by another villain.
I doubt they're gonna say Xehanort was just a pawn.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna do that. If they did that, I would be like, okay, Nomura, I forgave you for. I was with you for a lot of this. This is you're really jumping the shark now.
I mean, they could introduce a new villain to set him up for 4, but
yeah, introduce, but not like not Snoke him, basically.
At least not now. You can't Snoke him now. You had your chance earlier.
No, I mean, they very well might. They could do that, Joel. That's still a possibility. Because if Hell wanted to kill Madara, then he should have just let Guy kill him. Yeah. Or, funny enough, there was that whole thing about those 2 urns being there that Madara talked about that could have very easily been the out for Madara. But as soon as he says, who cares, they're never brought up again.
Yeah.
So Madara literally jokes about a plot hole. It's pretty damn funny. But also pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, I've had my idea, Cole, for my reimagined with that if I have to separate 3 into its own thing and then come up with a 4th story after 3, that's when Bill Cipher takes over as sort of the main antagonist for the final story.
Yeah.
But at least I set up Bill Cipher in book 2, so.
Yeah, but again, not Snoking Xehanort, which is something that could happen. I doubt it will, but
it only works if it's Vanitas who Snokes him.
Even then, no. I don't think at this point. I think you're out of. I think you've really overplayed that. It didn't really work when it happened in the series that Griff and I are talking about.
Well, different context, so different universes.
It really didn't work in that part. And to be fair, Joel, we have been dealing with Xehanort for so long, and we really haven't done too much with Vanitas. So if they Snoke him without doing enough with Vanitas, then it's no.
Donald and Goofy are here too.
No, that would not be good. Not good.
I doubt they're gonna do that, Cole.
No, I doubt they will.
They've invested too much.
If they did, then Nomura's higher than I thought he was. Master, so it's kind of clever that they choose to make the treasure chest look like fruits in the Badlands world. Yes, it is, actually. Yes, it is. Also, I love how Simba reacts to Sora here. It's so cute.
I'm just worried, Cole, they're gonna leave on like a cliffhanger. And it's like, I want some.
That's what I'm worried about too.
I need some definitive ending, or I don't know. Maybe a one-like ending would work, but I don't even know about that.
I think that, and Nomura has said the epilogue and the secret ending are the most massive spoilers in this game, and they are going to probably be released in a day 1 patch. Which, in my opinion, this is a smart act on Nomura's part, because I think he knew leaks were bound to happen, so he's like, all right, we gotta keep that shit under wraps. No matter, even in the game, that shit needs to be kept out for now until it's released.
Cole, do you think they'll do a time jump in 4? Like, what are the actual chances of young girl comes to old bearded Sora with Kingdom Key?
I highly, highly doubt. I actually think the chances of that are next to none.
Nomura's not taking...
No, and I'll tell you that because Nomura has always always said that even after 3, Sora would remain the main character.
You can still do that by having an old bearded Sora.
Yeah, but even then, remember, he's trying to appeal to kids. I doubt that's the route Nomura really wants to take.
And so no Sora the Mentor yet?
No, I highly, highly doubt that. Vigor says, you know what would have been great additions to Kingdom Hearts? Treasure Planet and Atlantis: The Lost Empire. I think Treasure Planet actually might be likely somewhere down the line.
Sorry,
and Atlantis.
I'm gonna try. Okay, try one more time. Gonna try one more time to get this dang thing.
Yeah, it can be really finicky. And Robin Hood, yes. There's a lot of great additions. I think Treasure Planet would work excellently.
Well, we gotta save some stuff for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Exactly. And a lot of people were getting kind of upset that there weren't more world reveals, but after looking at the world list, we've got a pretty good world list, to be honest, Joel.
I'm happy with it.
Me too. I would rather have more detailed worlds than I would having worlds that are kind of empty.
And these worlds look very detailed.
I would rather 3 not suffer from what 2 suffered from. Jungle Book should be reinstated, Curse should be BS. Yeah, that was the biggest surprise. I thought they were going to put Jungle Book in 3.
I'm surprised. Oh.
I was very surprised that was not announced. And we finally have NTC stock too, and Dan Swift too.
Ooh,
Power boost on Sora.
I did. Oh, I'm gonna save these AP boosts for later. I don't have much to even use.
Yeah, you probably should.
I don't have much to upgrade.
I mean, the worlds look beautiful, and we're gonna have plenty of stuff to do. I'm interested to see who the secret. I'm interested in who the secret bosses are going to be, Joel.
I'm just waiting for them to finally give me my Kingdom Hearts TV characters.
Yeah.
Simba,
Wouldn't that be a one way? But I imagine for like a later main game, they'd probably do that eventually.
don't you recognize her?
You think so?
Maybe. Here it says Cloud of Darkness. Oh God, no. If it's the Dissidia version, God, no.
It's me.
As much as I would love that, they would never do that. Disney would tell Nomura flat up, hell no.
I'm just saying, when am I gonna get to fight? When is Sora finally gonna meet characters like Dr. Draken and Shigo? That's what I'm.
To be fair, Joel, actually, that's actually a good question. I wonder if contractually Disney can use shows that have technically ended.
They have DuckTales. They've used DuckTales. Well,
yeah, but DuckTales, well,
We won't.
again, Huey, Louie, and Dewey aren't exclusively DuckTales, though, are they?
no, but they're.
That's the thing here.
And we're not using
And
Monday.
I wonder, I'm like, I would love to see Kim Possible in Kingdom Hearts. I'd love to see the Lilo and Stitch TV series in Kingdom Hearts.
Gravity
I'd love to
Falls.
see a lot
Gravity.
of
Wait,
those-
no, Sparky. They use Sparky.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he's from he's exclusively TV, right?
Simba, you've
Well,
got
no, he was in a movie. He was in a movie.
Sora
Which was the pilot to a TV series.
You're the only one who can save us
Yeah,
from
but still a
Scar.
movie. So again, speaking of Kim Possible, what did you think of the live-action posters? Oh, I kind of dig them, to be quite honest.
I saw the trailer. Draken
How
looks
was the
funny.
trailer?
Something I learned out here.
It's your typical Disney Channel trailer, but Draken looks funny, so
Not enough green on Shigo.
Simba,
you don't do so much. I mean, it's Disney Channel, live-action Disney Channel movie. What can you expect?
To be fair, Joel, we still have yet to introduce Lilo at all in any of Kingdom Hearts at all.
That's weird. I wonder why.
We
Is
still
there
have not done any of that.
Is there a racial reason? I hope not.
No, I doubt that. Master Ricky, funny story. Kim Possible actually showed up in one of the episodes of Lilo. Yes, they did. Also, that dragon kid.
Yeah, Jake Long. Recess, The Proud Family.
A lot of good crossovers.
A lot of weird crossover, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to continue... Actually, the other thing, Joel, and I think the reason they're probably not doing it in a main game is if they ever wanted to do like an ongoing, like Kingdom Hearts TV series and an ongoing kind of like interactive game, the TV shows would probably be the ones you would want to keep around. because they're the ones with the most content.
The great kings of the past.
And the ones you could do a lot of stuff with in a more longer period game.
What do you think? Do you think Kingdom Hearts 3's release is finally going to give us more Kingdom Hearts content outside the games?
I don't know.
Father.
That will depend a lot on how 3 plays out. And how it does financially. It'll do financially fine, but I mean how well it does financially.
Seriously, Bill Cipher would make a great Kingdom Hearts villain.
Must take your place in the circle of life.
Geography, yeah, Leland Stitch had a lot of crossover. Leland, know his name is
I'm
Stitch.
not who I used to be.
Remember.
I mean, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of characters that would be great additions to Kingdom Hearts, Joel.
At least we started getting Pixar, so that's nice.
Yeah, one step at a time. I mean, in a perfect world, Joel, we would have Marvel and Star Wars, but...
You can all come out now.
Oh, or at least we got some new worlds, hopefully, for 4.
Let's be honest, Joel, I think a lot of people after 3 are not going to be clamoring for TV shows. You and I both know what they're going to be clamoring for.
Pixar?
Not only that, Star Wars and Marvel.
That's true.
That's if they introduce it to a larger audience, those are going to be the main things that people are going to be asking and begging for. Master Guy prefer to be called Evil Genius. I mean, I still don't know how I feel about Star Wars being in Kingdom Hearts.
It's gonna happen one day.
Eventually, but I don't know how you do that.
The same way you did it with Stitch, I guess. If the Galactic.
I guess you just do the Death Star.
Dang it! Come on. Yeah, the sword just runs into the Death Star.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was like the main villain for if Palpatine was like the main villain for a Kingdom Hearts game?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Him threatening to destroy Disney worlds.
I always
think about that. Think about how amazing that would be.
He has his own council of Disney villains. I've seen some fanfic where Maleficent gets another council of villains who aren't even Disney. Like she gets Palpatine, Voldemort, the Shredder.
That's weird. I want sort of that with lightsaber keyblade. I think we all do. Just imagine that. Palpatine versus the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Or even better, what if Vanitas runs into, accidentally finds himself in Starkiller Base, and he meets Kylo. Can you imagine?
Wouldn't it be funny if Vanitas says, "You're not doing this whole thing right, dude. Come on." I remember a story where she had a Scar, Darth Vader, and Tarkin as a part of her council. That actually sounds kind of cool.
That's epic.
What else did we learn from that trailer? There's a lot to see in that trailer. Oh yeah, Ansem the Wise is back.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because now I think they're gonna make him even more morally bad.
Yeah, I think he was doing some bad stuff with kids. Oh, that sounds wrong. Did not mean to say things like that. Sorry. Did not mean to. Yeah, it did not sound right when I said that.
No, but he was experimenting on children. I think that's how Lee and Isa factor in.
Oh, great. I mean,
remember he wanted to get into. They wanted to get in the castle. He's like, "I'll let you in, but you got to partake in my experiments."
Oh, that sounds just wrong. And that's not in many ways than just science. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and that might be how Ienzo unfortunately factors in.
Oh, Lordy. And I thought.
I mean, you know, you've screwed up when you have Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, of all people, saying how many kids suffered because of your experiments. If I wouldn't be surprised if he had experimented on adults, but doing that to children. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll be very interested to see where they take that.
And I was rooting for Ansem, and then it's like, nope. You've entered the scary zone.
I'm like, yeah, Ansem, you've really entered the scary zone.
Yeah. I mean, bad enough you're already using Riku and Sora for your weird little manipulation.
Well, to be fair, the whole thing with Ansem and Roxas in the beginning of this game is really
Yes, Timon.
creepy.
Speaking of
Actually, no,
Roxas, I hope.
very creepy.
Speaking of Roxas, what do you think is going to happen with Roxas?
Oh
Everyone's-
God, I don't know. That's the other thing I can never get a clear read on. I think we can all confirm Shion's coming back. That's a definite at this point.
She's a Nord
Roxas, I
too,
don't
right?
know what-
She's pretty much.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Roxas, and I still can't wrap my head around what they might do with him.
You're alive.
Or Ventus. It's hard to tell who's who.
Yeah, I still don't know what they're gonna do with Ventus. We know Terranort's running around again.
Hey, there's another trailer of Syx talking to a guy in a hood, like saying, "We let you into our ranks to hope you don't screw with us," or something like that. Like, who do you think he's talking to?
Probably Roxas.
You think so?
Yeah.
He looks too tall to be Roxas, but it's hard to tell.
Simba,
Well, to be fair, Syx was obviously taller than this guy, so figure Shion pretty much confirmed it as a Nord. Yeah, the fact the guy who plays Count Dooku as the voice of Ansem was tells you a bit. Yeah, actually, that in a really scary way fits.
No, but it was
Especially if we're just talking about Christopher Lee.
I can't wait to see how Kingdom Hearts 3 handles reenacting the scenes from the movies.
Yeah.
Because this is very underwhelming right now.
Yes. It's not as good. There's no fire. Where's the flames of hell? I need them. Come on. Also, you're not Jeremy Irons.
remember. This is just the way your father looked
And the music.
before he died.
I hate they're just using stock music.
Yeah, this is one of the scenes where it doesn't work. Also, Scar, why the hell don't your eyes emote? Come on. Scar looks way too fake here.
Murderer!
And I'm saying that about a CGI lion. I get that.
I did it. Louder! Kill
I can't when Simba just opens his young baby Simba opens his mouth. It's so bad.
Eh.
It's so bad.
You get Scar. We'll
Mystery,
handle
I think that
these
Cloak
guys.
Mystery figure might be the guy that has been helping Xehanort from the beginning. Which one?
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
Master Riku also CGI the time of Lance much work with, which is why I think 3 will hit it out of the park with the reimagining, with the remake scenes of the Disney movie show.
Thank heavens. Because some of
And
that stuff looks
some of them
cinematic.
Some of it almost looks like it's from the movie, oddly enough.
I've seen some stuff with Frozen's like, oh wow, that's like beat for beat.
Especially when you and I saw the Frozen trailer, because you and I knew Frozen was going to be, and we were like, yep, it's going to be here. Then when we saw that trailer, we were like, oh, this actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, like, they hit it out of the park.
Oh, Zigbar. No. I don't, if they let him back in their ranks, I doubt it's Zigbar.
Zigbar's always been in their ranks.
Yeah. Ray is kind of Xehanort's second hand. So this was not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be for this, Joel.
Hold on, I might screw up because I'm kind of playing on autopilot at the moment.
What else was revealed? By the way, I love that Riku's straight up pulling a bleach at the end of that trailer.
You mean how he's sacrificing himself?
When he has his blade and just putting it toward the Heartless, just killing them as they're coming toward him. That's straight up Bleach. That is straight up Bleach. And it looks so good.
He went up there.
I can't wait to see what Repliku or Evil Riku or whoever we're fighting.
I'm interested to see where his story goes, because I never thought he'd actually come back. I'm kind of glad he did, but I'm like, what are they gonna do with him?
You don't think it... Hey, I have a weirder idea. What if it's just Riku from the past? What if...
Oh God.
What if they do some weird time paradoxes?
You know what's funny, Joel? You know how you've always wanted to make Repliku kind of Vanitas' puppet?
Yeah.
What if for some reason Vanitas can't stay in that form for much longer, so he takes on Riku's form, and that's how he gets it. He sticks around for as long as he wants.
Donald.
So in a weird way, Repliku is Vanitas' vessel.
I would prefer the term friend, but yeah. Maybe you think they'll
Well, considering all the shit we've gotten in Kingdom Hearts, Joel, I don't think Nomura's above it. This
But
is
he
the
sounds
same
like
guy,
Sora
this is the
most of
same
the
guy
time.
this is the same guy who had an old man take possession of a young man's body.
You're okay.
Yeah.
The one scene with Donald better not be the end of him. You don't kill him. They let's be real, Joel. They're not killing Donald.
And to be fair, I wanted it to be Bill Cipher, who takes over Riku's body. But now I've sort of decided that Bill Cipher is going to be taking over Ventus's body throughout most of
But
it.
Joel, let's be fair. They're not going to kill Donald. Not
No,
permanently, anyway.
That's no, but when they do kill off Donald, it's like the fandom's gonna be like, "That's for not healing me, you no good."
Oh, I was thinking that as soon as I saw that. I'm like, that's for not healing me, you asshole.
Oh lordy, help me, Cole. I'm scared. Okay, this is where I
Oh,
might.
yeah, this is gonna be a pain.
Let's see. I don't really have anything here that's worth it.
Best Disney boss ever. Yes, this is actually kind of a fun boss. I will give this land this. You're fine. Excuse me. I don't think I've ever done that on a stream before.
What?
Burped on a stream.
I've burped on a stream dozens of times. I have to keep an eye on my health bar and my scar.
Joel, you know what I want? You know the character I want so bad, and the characters I want so bad, and going forward, Sans 3 that are from this world.
What?
You know who I want.
Actually, no, I don't. Who?
I want Kovu and Kiara.
Oh, yeah, those two.
Demonstrated build-up is superb, yes. That's very good. I have to admit, the only gripe I had with this world was that you couldn't have Nala fight alongside your character as Unready. Yes, I wish they had made her a party member.
Okay, just run like this every time Scar starts being a...
Yeah, just run. Just avoid him. Yes, avoid him if he is coming at you, avoid his ass.
I'm avoiding his behind as best I can. I'm going as fast. Oh.
And that chicken music is playing as Joel's doing this.
Yeah, okay. Whew! Got a little nervous there.
I told you, right after this point is when the game says, screw you, we're getting into screw you level territory.
Are you sure I shouldn't bleep up just a little bit?
No, come on, we gotta have some fun. Actually, I forget what the hell the death counts are at, so, you know.
We'll find out.
Play some Betty Hill chase music.
Play
Play the Lone Ranger theme. I'm gonna stop. This is so underwhelming. I would try singing Circle of Life, but I would probably break everybody's computer screens doing so.
It's a circle of life.
Man, I wish. I hope one day we get to see Kovu and Kiara.
Me too.
And the scenery doesn't even change. Yeah, it still looks so drab. I feel like that trailer showed us quite a bit.
Let's see what else it did show us. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Sora and Remy. That's so cute.
Yes.
I think those are mini games, but they seem to have a story
They
mode
are,
to
they
them,
are.
so that's cool. Ratatouille's kind of like a little mini story, like Pooh.
I like that Twilight Town's kind of our hub world.
Is it our hub world?
I'm pretty sure it's the one where we get to do a lot of those mini games.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Man, it's name.
He's gonna be so
I love Ratatouille, so that's always good.
best buddies.
Yeah, I really love Ratatouille, so I'm glad that's there.
Matata, right?
So I think the last thing I'm looking for, Cole, is the music. I want to see what the music.
One look at you, and you're a
Oh, Beaker Fest.
In what way? How do you feel about no more Final Fantasy characters after this game? It wouldn't hurt me, to be completely honest.
Yeah, da, 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 da,
Now bear in mind, people, I need to make one thing clear. I got into Final Fantasy through Kingdom Hearts, and Final Fantasy is my favorite series of all time. That being said, I like that Kingdom Hearts has kind of developed its own
personality.
Its own personality aside from Final Fantasy, especially when a lot of the characters that are represented in Kingdom Hearts aren't really their Final Fantasy character parts.
I will say I like Leon and gang. I think Leon and gang are fine.
Which is funny because I feel like Leon is better than he is in an 8, but that's a story for another time. Yuffie's pretty much the same. Aerith is pretty much the same. Sid, not really, because he wouldn't be swearing because he's not swearing every single minute.
I gotta check something. Okay, I gotta do something first. I'm getting to level 37.
Okay. So, Cloud and Sephiroth are not their original counterparts, neither is Tifa.
Also, I found out that the voice of Sephiroth is also in one of my favorite movies, The Father of the Bride.
Also, Cloud's voice actor is from General Hospital and Young and the Restless. That's where that actor originates.
Cool. And because I actually watched a movie from a Christmas movie with the voice actor Sephiroth, where he plays the foster caretaker of a bunch of kids, and it's like a comedy kind of thing. It's really cute. It's a Hallmark movie.
Nice.
And when I found out he was Sephiroth, I'm like, and there's like this one kid who's kind of like bratty, because like his mom died, now he's all alone and stuff. And he's kind of the troublemaker. I'm like, dude, you're Sephiroth. You shouldn't be whooping his butt.
That's pretty good. It's funny, there are some people theorizing that this game was someone's fanfic in disguise. In a sense, they're not wrong. Yeah, in a sense, they're not wrong.
This is essentially Disney's Silmarillion.
Exactly. Setzer and Vivi. Vivi is like okay. Setzer, I don't know what the hell Nomura was on when he wrote Setzer in this game, because I'm like, Nomura, you designed this character. What the hell were you doing? Because this character is not the one you designed. So I'd rather them kind of move away from just doing Final Fantasy cameos. I wouldn't mind them every now and again, but if we're really gonna get Lightning in Kingdom Hearts, I really don't want that.
I'd say keep Leon in the gang. They're sort of main staples.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even mind Noctis being added in. Noctis, of course, being from Final Fantasy 15, but
what about our favorite space pirate? Our favorite pirate?
Oh, they'll never add both here.
The cowards.
Well, the other thing you have to bear in mind, Joel, is that Final Fantasy 12 Nomura had nothing to do with.
That's true. By the way, Cole, I gotta save and entertain the guest. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Vigor says, nor would I mind Arden. Yes, I would love Arden. If we're not going to get Balthier, I would love to get Arden and going forward.
Go in the bathroom.
I would love Arden. To be fair, I wouldn't mind the entire Final Fantasy 15 gang, to be completely honest. I wouldn't mind Gladio, Ignis, Prompto, any of them. I'd love to see all of them in Kingdom Hearts. Honestly, the characters from 15, I wouldn't mind seeing. 13, not so much. Maybe I should... God, actually, no. I feel like the only way I could possibly get through 13 is by streaming it, because I tried playing through it again. Vigor's funny, I like Arden more than I do Xehanort. In some ways, I do too, Vigor, which is strange. For some reason, for a while, Final Fantasy villains after 10 were hit or miss. Arden was like the first true hit other than Vayne, because I like Vayne. Arden was like, I really like this guy. I think part of it too is, considering I followed Versus 13 for as long as I did, and not really knowing that Arden was the main villain, especially because probably originally he wasn't, but kind of figuring out, oh, this guy's the main villain. And then I'm like, oh, I kind of like this guy. I like the way he moves. I like the swagger he does. I like the way he talks, and I like the accent he has, and I like his actions throughout the story. As undefined as they are because of the constraints, I do genuinely like how they do Arden. I think he's one of the best Final Fantasy 15s we've had in a while, and probably one of the better Final Fantasy villains. I'd rank him in the higher mid tier out of all of them. Plus gameplay, he'd be a fun secret boss for Sora to fight. He'd be a lot of fun. He'd be a hell of a lot of fun. Be funny if he was the next secret boss.
I'm back.
Oh, Beager brings up. Glad you showed up for this, Joel. Beager says Vayne had a very noble intentions and didn't come across as hate sink. So what, Joel?
Yeah, I'm here. What am I doing? Okay, cool. Sure.
I mean, Vayne had noble intentions, Joel. I mean, you and I can't disagree with that. The problem is that all his other intentions.
Yep.
I mean, he had the goal of removing humankind's history from the gods. The problem is, it really was removing it from them, but then it's who would be taking control of it thereon.
Going to Twilight Town.
That's Riku. I never really got into the Final Fantasy games. I played one, and the fact that I had to press a series of button combos to perform an action just killed it for me. Final Fantasy definitely isn't for everyone. There are a lot, and actually it depends on which games you get into. Some of those, depending on which one you get into, can kind of deter you. Because, speaking of DV, there he goes. Did anyone ever see 4chan's FF series they made? I typically stay away from 4chan.
4chan is cancer.
I really stay away from 4chan.
Oh, by the way, Cole, I've been making a list of the sexuality tendencies of all my characters in my Kingdom Hearts Reimagined fanfic.
Nice. Griff says maybe it was Arden's colorful personality, or perhaps it was his history. I think it's a mix of both.
I'm just trying to save before I start doing stuff.
Yeah. Joel, let me put you this way. Arden, the main villain of 15, is basically what... Think of Palpatine mixed with Balthier. That's Arden.
That's a weird combination, but okay.
It is, but it's a really interesting combination. And he's really damn powerful at that.
Oh, okay, good. I went the opposite way, that's fine.
Oh, speaking of which, Joel, we should probably say that after 3 and all that's wrapped up, probably the next series of streams we're going to do is revolving around Final Fantasy 12. And doing a massive one.
Yeah,
that will be our next big series of live streams.
Yeah, that's going to take a while. And maybe a 3 critical run day or sometime down the line.
Yeah, of course. I'm seeing ancient Greek influences when it comes to Arden's history. Well, yeah, there's a lot of ancient Greek really plays into the new aesthetic of 15, especially with the Eidolons. Especially with Eidolons. By the way, I'm really liking the gummy ship gameplay, Joel. The more we see of it, the cooler it looks.
I think so. I like it.
I love the atmosphere and I love the color of it. Alright, let's see if you can make it through this without getting your ass kicked, Joel. And you're doing well so far.
I have another round to go, right? Oh, we forget how this works.
I'm not sure. Oh, no.
By the way, have you seen a man named Axel?
I must have been really underleveled when I did this the first time.
You were.
Master Riku. Master Riku. So something I realized was that while everyone saw Tifa having super Herculean... What's wrong, Joel?
Sorry, Mom. Back. She's come back from lunch.
Not a very organized organization.
Master Riku says, so something I realized was that while everyone saw Tifa having super Herculean strength, I think Cloud did too with that huge Buster Blade he carried. I'd have a hard enough time dragging that blade around on the ground. Yeah. If you play any of 7, you could chalk it up to materia. Well, to be fair, Cloud's history is a lot more complicated than that. Cloud's history is complicated on all fronts. Even more complicated than Dream Drop Distance.
No, I'm making fun of what Donald said.
Oh yeah.
That's what makes us special.
So, do you think
yeah,
by
here's
this time,
Psyops.
do you think Psyche got Norded by this time, or are his eyes always yellow?
Yes, yes, his eyes are yellow,
Or that orangey look?
and he's got the pointed ears.
Let's jump in after it.
So yes, by this time he's definitely been Norded. Because when he was young, he didn't have that. His eyes were blue originally. Remember that?
Okay.
Don't be reckless. Do you want to end up like Riku?
What?
Also, I love that Lee's having to go through the hell we all went to at the end of that final battle with Ness Riku. I called him Wolf Eyes. Yes,
What did he mean? End up
which
like
is fitting considering Zayak's don's kind of that wolf kind of look, and the X-shaped scar on his face. Oh yeah.
Riku.
Actually, that's a good question. I wonder how Zayak's got that. Oh god, I don't even want to know because 3 might tell me.
Hold it.
I can't wait for 3 because I have a lot of endings I need to get through for my Kingdom Hearts Reimagined to work out. I love that look story gives. Me?
Thanks, but we don't really need it.
Oh yeah, here's Setzer.
Shit.
I mean, no, Cypher, shit.
Somebody's like, I gave him the trophy. You can't do anything about it. Nah.
Oh, Sora.
Anywho,
Cypher's such an asshole here. The thing is, in 8, he's less of a punk and more of a troubled kid, but still kind of an ass.
yeah.
Actually, very much an ass.
Yep.
Goofy's the strongest guy in town. Hey, I'd buy it. He's clearly stronger than Donald.
I'm going to train station. Right. Well, anywho, what I'm trying to say is like, cause I got like 2 threads of my Kingdom Hearts Reimagined story now that I think about it. I got the Xehanort saga, but then I have what I call the Bill Cipher saga. And I'm in 3 going to determine, do I tell both sagas at the very end, or do I like wrap up one saga first and then finish off the next one in like a new story that I create myself.
Gotcha.
But I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it just yet. Where am I going to
could push you into a whole array of different directions.
What?
Well, 3
Yeah.
could push you in a whole array of different directions either, even beyond that.
Oh, you're okay. They're just playing. I'm going to the train station, right? I'm lost.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
sorry.
you're going to the trace. How can you be lost in Twilight Town, Joel?
I haven't played this game in a while. Don't judge me.
I don't care. It's Twilight Town. There's only so many places you can go.
Don't judge me. Like so far, I have some basic ideas. Like, I want Bill and Ventus to know each other.
The stairs, Joel. The stairs.
The stairs? What about the stairs?
Go up in Twilight Town.
I am
you
going
want to
up.
go up. The train station is at the top.
I am going up. This is up.
Yeah, but you kept going down.
I'm going up. See, there's station.
Up, Joel. Up.
I made it. See, I'm in the right place. Cause I almost had this weird idea, Cole, where I can almost go full circle with those two, and almost make their backstories kind of similar to Riku and Sora, minus the sexual tension. But because one of my big angles with Riku in 1 is that Riku always wants to protect Sora because of a promise.
And
Yeah.
she said she was looking for you.
And I want to say, like, what if they had that sort of similar friendship, but instead of, at last minute Riku goes to light, it just all goes downhill.
If you stick around, Sora's
Gotcha.
bound to show up.
Yeah, he said he's coming back.
Oh yeah, Kyrie's here.
Okay.
What took you so long, Kyrie?
So how are we liking
I imagine
Kyrie's?
Hayner, Pence, and Alette. Also, I imagine Hayner, Pence, and Alette probably get Keyblades in 3. I'm predicting that now.
How do you like Kyrie's voice actress so far?
You've got a lot of
She's growing on me.
right
That's
into
good.
the darkness like that.
I'm surprised they didn't get Hayden Panettiere back.
Weird.
Maybe they just didn't want to pay her because they may have thought she has to be paid more. Considering she is one of the big stars in Nashville, that TV show.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, she's got an amazing voice too.
I love that Pluto's with her. I in the Days manga, there's a nice little side story of Pluto being the Shion, Roxas, and Axel's puppy for a little bit. Shion adopted Pluto.
Might have been Axel.
Oh yeah, you get limit form after this, and Oathkeeper.
Ooh, I know what I need to.
Come on,
Oh,
cheer up.
we gotta go to Agrabah after this. Then.
I have to. Masters of Riku. I have to admit, Lee's getting a Keyblade was the biggest shock I got from Cage. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Yes, it was too.
I have a friend who I really love that.
Which does not speak a lot for Dream Drop Distance, because there's not a lot to be shocked about in Dream Drop Distance. I think the most shocking thing about Dream Drop Distance is, how is this not more fun than it is?
I know a lot of people. I've been noticing a lot of people now, Cole, who really want Roxas to be his own person.
I'll be really interested to see how that plays out.
I love Goofy. He's joining in, and Donald's like, "What's going on?"
Donald's like, "Why am I being left out?" See, this is thematically where it's hinted that Donald will get killed.
Donald is the sacrifice.
What?
I can't do it.
That's pretty good. Must have been a snap of the wrist or something. Oh. By the way, I really love Lee's Keyblade design. I think it looks really cool.
Oh Lord, cool. What if at the ending of KH3 has Goofy going to Sora and going, "Sora, I don't feel so good."
Oh God.
Damn.
How many people do you think rage out if that happens?
I say the internet revolts and all heck breaks loose.
We start getting not my Kingdom Hearts hashtags.
Although that happens to Kyrie, then I think that's...
No, hashtag not my heart.
Not my heart.
Road is open.
Hashtag not my heart. Trademarked Cole Warner.
Somewhere along it.
You heard that from me, people.
You better hurry then.
You coming back?
Promise.
I'm saying it here before someone else tries doing it. The Sora Scream with the trailer will be my reaction, but that Sora Scream, by the way.
That's what got to me. That was like, who hurt my anime child?
Osmond still has it, man.
Thank heavens.
Lord, he really went for that.
That was like the shocker. Like that's where like something inside me hurts, Cole. That's where I went. Something inside me hurts. Come on, I'm not the only one who felt that way, right? I can't be the only one.
No. By the way, Joel, let me ask you this: do you think this is the last game we finally see? The last we see of the Anthem, Secret of Darkness, and Xemnas?
I hope so. All the Xehanort need to die.
I have said too. We need to move on from all the Xehanorts.
We need to move on from Xehanort.
You know, Joel, I got an even better idea.
Yeah.
That anger.
This would probably get a lot of rage too. But what if at the end of 3, Xehanort does get snoked?
He will pave the way for the
But it's by Ericus.
The true villain. That would make a lot of sense.
That would make a lot of sense. That would make way too much sense.
And then he just bursts out into his Joker laugh.
Yeah, just
And I love it.
Begriff, the Xehanort saga has been nothing but a big mess, yes.
But is it fair to call it a mess if we're judging it by Kingdom Hearts standards?
Well, it's
Like-
been a mess with a lot of high points and a lot of low points. Even by Kingdom Hearts standards, Joel, it's been a ride that's taken us in many, many different terms.
Now I've lost
Yeah.
Kyrie again too.
In many different areas, sometimes in areas we didn't see, sometimes in areas I don't think Navarre really saw. So by that, yeah, it is a mess.
But it's
But I
a
love
good
it
mess.
for that. Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't-
love
I-
the fact that it's a mess.
I wouldn't change it anything. And I'm changing things, and I wouldn't change it.
But like, imagine like at the we see them playing chess with each other, and Eric is just like kills everyone on that chess. He's like, yeah. I would consider that another dethroning moment of suck if Xehanort got snoked by Ericus. Oh yeah, I would too. Don't get me wrong. I just think that would be hilarious because that would validate. It would at least Nomura accepting the fact that Ericus was an idiot and Birth by Sleep.
Okay, first we
I'm wondering how Winnie the Pooh book will go in K3. I know we at least get a C Lumpy. Yeah, we're doing Pooh's Half a Lump, so
hang on, we got limit form now, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Literally, all you have to do for limit form is just use the limits.
And I have some drive form on me, so I have some drive boost, so I don't have to worry too much.
That's all you gotta do.
I'll do that later.
But imagine if he did turn out to be the villain, Joel. I would laugh so hard. Just imagine that for a minute. Like, it makes sense why Terra's an idiot.
Let's go.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, back off.
I can see Aqua smoking Xehanort, but that's just me, just to release Terra.
What if Aqua becomes the main villain afterward?
Oh God!
Let's do that.
How many people do you think rage out because of that?
Oh, I kind of would like it, but
Eager says, I wouldn't mind if Ericus becomes the big bad of the next arc. Same here, actually. They could kind of do the Knights of the Old Republic 2 thing, where like he's kind of a bad version of what a Keyblade wielder is, and Sora kind of tries to make a better example for what a Keyblade wielder should be.
no, clearly it's Malgus. Malgus comes to Kingdom Hearts and he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody, and he does, and that's the end.
Well,
By the way,
Malgus did.
Oh, by the way, Malgus is back in the Old Republic. Now I'm gonna spoil that for people.
Yeah, well, Malgus did sack the entirety of the Jedi Temple, so...
We need a Malgus for Kingdom Hearts.
So, you want him... Well, what would he sack?
He'd sack,
Yes,
sack
Vigo
Diddy
says a
Castle.
great thing. Can we please have Terra be the next big bad? If you are not wanting to turn Terra back to the light, can we please have him go on to be the next big bad? And actually try to do the whole, yeah, I was kind of an asshole and I'm going to stay an asshole.
I wanted to be Vanitas, but that's just me. Or Bill
Why not
Cipher.
have it all be all three?
Hang on.
Terra kind of be the broody, like, I'm doing this because I have to, and Vanitas like, yeah, he's like, no, you're not, you're doing this because it's easy. He's like, I'm doing it because it's fun.
I would love Bill Cipher to be the next big bad, because I just want a big bad who's like just... oh, shoot. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Because I just want, like, who just Joker crazy. Or just evil.
I imagine if we're going to get a Joker crazy villain and they don't do Disney, I imagine we'll probably get an original. Actually, be kind of cool. I don't know how Nomura would write crazy, but you know. And if it wasn't Ericus, I can see Aqua becoming the next main villain. I could too, depending on how 3 plays her.
What if it's Ventus? He was evil the whole time.
Oh god, that's a possibility too. What if that's the way they bring Roxas back? Like Ventus goes evil, and Roxas is trying to be the good version of Ventus.
That is honestly cool how I've actually thought of doing my idea for Bill Cipher at the end. So, that's kind of my idea. Oh wait, that's not one.
It could be interesting. I can see Sora becoming the big bad, and you see your own character becoming the new hero, you know, to connect Sora and Vanitas. Yeah.
They would never make Sora the main baddie.
No, Vanitas, yes. Sora, no. I think if you did that, that would probably be, you would probably be in a... The moment you start death noting it, that's when I think Kingdom Hearts loses its charm.
No. Kairi becomes the next big bad. Clearly that is the answer.
I think the moment they do that is the moment the fandom looks at Nomura and says, really? They won't say anything else, they'll just go, really? And their goal would be to erase darkness from the worlds by destroying the worlds. Yeah, actually.
Well, Bill Cipher's goal in my story is he wants to unleash the Chernobog to destroy the worlds, and then he's going to use the Book of Prophecy to make his own worlds, so that he can do whatever he wants.
Master Riku brought up, of course, I wanted to ask a question. Then please explain why Vanitas looks like Sora. Okay. It's never explicitly stated. That's the problem with Nomura. He never explicitly states things.
Which is, I find, okay. I think
yes.
not everything needs to be explicitly explained.
Now, for Vanitas is Ventus's dark side. That's what he is. He's the darkness in Ventus's heart. The thing is, when Sora entered Ventus's heart, Sora's heart is still connected with Ventus's. So the moment Sora entered Ventus's heart, that's when Vanitas started really taking on the persona of Sora. So that's why Vanitas looks like Sora, and why Vanitas is basically evil Sora.
I still think Vanitas...
And by
Keep going.
And by death noting the Kingdom Hearts, I mean where our actual Sora becomes becomes an asshole over the course of the game, and not Vanitas. I'm talking strictly Sora.
What would you want Vanitas to do with the big bad? Like, what would his big evil plot?
I don't know. A lot of that depends on how 3 goes.
Mine was always he just unleashed the Chernobog before I realized I think Bill Cipher thinks that role better.
As 3 goes, I can actually see Ventus waking up and attacking Sora like Future Trunks did with Goku and DBS, thinking Sora's Vanitas. That actually is a possibility.
I gotta get my drive forms.
That's a possibility. Oh, that's right. You have to up your other drive forms.
Well, I can do that later. I just want to do the
Dodge roll.
Well, I got dodge roll already.
Oh.
I think. See? I don't think I have to do limit. I mean, I guess I don't have to do any more limit. You know what? I just need one more. I need to do this one more time.
If I were you, I would not equip both quick run and dodge roll. I'd pick one or the other.
Which one would you pick?
I would honestly pick dodge roll. I think it's easier and more easy to control.
Okay.
Unlikely considering that Ventus is alluded to being aware of where he is. True.
I wanted to do, for anybody the Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I always want to do a Yami Bakura thing with Ventus now, but with Bill Cipher as the Yami. Where Ventus is good, but Bill Cipher controls the body sometimes, and he's like kind of like evil Ventus, but in his body. It doesn't make any sense when I explain it, but it makes total sense if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, and if you read it.
Should we hit Holobastion, Joel?
Let's try to get at least through a bit of space paranoids.
You have to get a Holobastion for that to work.
Right. What do you think, Cole?
Head for Holobastion.
Well, you just don't have good taste in villains, then.
I really didn't like Yami before. I found him interesting at first, but he became boring.
Oh, he's my favorite villain. I love him just because he's a psycho.
What archetype is he, Joel? What archetype is Yami Bakura?
Well, he's either a 5,000-year-old spirit of the demon lord of darkness or some thief king. He's got a British accent in the manga. He's just, I'm an evil psycho. There's not much to me than that. But I fit perfectly with Billy.
Vigor, what comparison would you give with Yami Bakura?
I always consider him to be the Joker to the Pharaoh's Batman. Let's see what the villains wiki says. Because they always have cute little notifications. And they don't have it.
That's all good, Master Riku. Vigor says what Joel says, okay.
And just, I love the Joker, so.
Oh,
I love Yami Bakura. I think he's great. He doesn't need to be interesting. He just needs to be fun. He's fun. See, that's the problem with today's people. They want their villains to be interesting.
But interesting can also be fun as well, Joel. That's another thing with words. Sometimes when people say interesting, that to them means fun. Interesting and fun can be used interchangeably depending on the context.
But everyone thinks everybody thinks interesting is something different. For me, I can find a monkey hitting tambourines to be the most interesting thing in the world.
But that's fun, isn't it?
Yes. But what is fun and what is interesting? There is no defining statement. I think there's no criteria.
Joel, I have no idea what you were trying. Joel, I have no idea what you were just trying to tell me.
That's all subjective.
You looked like you thought you were about to make a point, but then you went along with my point. So I'm like, okay, never mind. Anyway,
come on, I hate. Oh, come on.
Whenever I say that movie was interesting, that's usually my way of saying it's fun.
I don't know. I feel like fun and interesting could be separate things.
They can, but it depends on context.
I wonder who's gonna voice Scrooge in 3. Is it gonna be David Tennant or is it...
Hard to say.
Cloud.
I'm surprised Cruella de Vil has never appeared in any of these games.
Yeah,
I'll get him.
that's a good point.
This time, we settle.
After 1, we never really did anything.
Bodies all the
Oh shit, that's right. Thank you, Vigor. Yeah, that's right. They're called Astrals and 15, not either ones. Shit. Neither did yeah, Gaston didn't either.
If I do,
He appeared in Union Cross.
Whose?
Yep, and then they it's funny, in the real world, Gaston's not there, but in the fake world, he is. So is that way of more telling us Gaston is fake.
Sure.
Oh yeah, here's Cloud.
Well, be seeing you, Cloud.
be careful.
No one fakes it like Gaston. No one does pixels like Gaston.
This is the only way.
Da 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 dee dum.
Vigor fell on a punch his fucking face.
It's nothing.
I know you gotta fetch the puppies, but the family got stranded in Traverse Town. Yes.
You mean you don't want me there when you go away?
Gaston's fun. He's a lot of fun.
I just
I will say the one thing about the live action Beauty and the Beast that I really do like, I love Luke Evans as Gaston. I think he's brilliant for that character.
yeah.
See?
If I had to pick an actor for Gaston, I'd pick Luke Evans,
Well,
and they did.
okay. I understand.
No one's eat candied apples like Gaston.
No matter how far
No
away
one's
you
been
are,
not in Kingdom Hearts like Gaston.
once you find your way,
No one can make a great
I'm
song
sure
like
we'll be
Gaston.
back here again.
Let me hear the Gaston jokes. I want to hear them.
Suppose.
So I'll stay here. And I'll cheer for you. Okay, Cloud?
And now no one needs a wake-up call like Gaston.
Wonder if he'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I forget Cloud emotes here. He's like
I'm sure there's some light
he and Skull, the only Final Fantasy characters in this game that emote. Oh, and Cypher.
Leon emotes.
That's what I said, Squall.
Oh, I call him Leon, so. Oh, you know what?
Squall's his real name.
I just realized I think I need to upgrade my Keyblade. I haven't done that in a while.
Yes, you do.
I think I got a new one. I've been using this
Yes,
one.
I
'Cause
know in this game he's Leon, but his real name is confirmed in this game still to be Squall. Leon is just a moniker.
Okay, let's see. Okay, this is good. See if I can. Ooh, yes. Okay, no.
For some reason, I kind of want to see Zidane in Kingdom Hearts. I don't know why.
See
If
who?
you were to put a Final Fantasy character, in, I wouldn't mind Zidane being put in.
You know what we need, Cole?
What?
Aladdin, the King of Thieves.
I've been saying that for a while. I'm surprised Gamora hasn't gone more for that.
Dun 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 dun. Lo was on Twitter a couple days ago saying if the live-action Aladdin movie does well, maybe they're gonna make a live-action Aladdin, the King of Thieves.
That would be amazing.
But I was like, Epic's
Well,
live-action
because I feel
Return
like you
Jafar first, please.
Yeah, but can we do it better?
Yeah.
Because Zidane and Bartz would get along with Sora. Yes, they would. Zidane and Bartz would get along very well with Sora.
Are you in?
Zidane, for those of you who don't know, is Zidane's the main character from 9, and Bartz is the main character from 5.
No,
Which
I
is
was able.
interesting because,
I was able to get this, and I forgot how I did it. I think it was.
which funny enough, and 5 is the same game where the main villain is basically a possessed evil tree.
Cool.
True story. He's actually the first actual villain we get in Final Fantasy. He's the first straight up villain
Nice.
with actual real development.
You're...
Mr. Winston references. It
Go.
would be cool to see Sword in the Stone in a Kingdom Hearts game eventually.
Black Cauldron, please.
A collective of demons is what Exdeath is. Yes, he is, and they're all locked inside a big ass tree.
Sounds like Old Man Willow to me.
Which is interesting because he's also decked out in really intricate armor, but he's fun as hell.
Also, Scala Akylum looks like Gondolin.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of looks like Minas Tirith in a weird way.
A little bit, but it has a more of a Gondolin-like look.
Yeah. You know what I realized, Joel? We still have yet to have a Kingdom Hearts villain off a main character.
Unless Riku dies.
Yeah. We have yet to have a Final Fantasy thing, but we have yet to have an X-Death or Sephiroth. So Pocahontas, the trees can talk, but the animals can't. Oh yeah, that is true. Gondolin being Lord of the Rings.
The Silmarillion, to be exact.
Yes. So Pocahontas, the trees can talk, but the animals can't. Kind of want to see her world. I've really wanted to see Pocahontas for a while.
I want Tangled the series, but
Hey, we got the first step to that, Joel. We got Tangled.
yeah, but I want to see Varian, and I want to see Sora have to deal with that
Joel,
kid.
you and I both know they would never have done TV series Tangled before they did.
I might do that.
No, I know that. I mean, before they showed a Tangled, full-on Tangled world, they would never have done that beforehand.
Oh no.
Excuse me, are you?
You and I both know that there's no way Square or Nomura would have ever done that. Probably Disney, if they had any, they probably wouldn't have done that either.
What's Leon's gang up to?
Stuff to do over by the castle.
I'm gonna take off my sweater. Be right back.
Let's report.
Oh, God. Oh, Yuna, Riku, and Pain are here. I keep forgetting they're in this game. Oh, God. Why did I have to see these three right now? Why?
Don't mind her.
Why did I have to see these three right now?
What?
Problem?
Why did I have to see Yuna, Riku, and Pain right now?
Why?
Okay, rant time.
Sorry about this.
So, we've talked some good stuff about Nomura. I'm gonna talk some bad now.
Okay.
Believe me, I'm gonna talk some bad.
Yeah.
So, many of you, if I've talked in the streams past, many of you would know Final Fantasy X is my second favorite game of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got a sequel to it, which I like more than most.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got a remaster that gave us some insight as to what a third sequel in that game would be like. And that material was garbage. Absolute, complete garbage. And the funny thing is, anyone who has played that game, and anyone otherwise, also seems to be in agreement. But Nomura seems to have pushed Katase to get a 10-3 sequel even more steam. So meaning that god-awful content that we saw may very well be happening. We may very well be getting a sequel to 10 again. And I hope like hell we never do, because that is some of the worst cliche, atrocious dialogue I have seen to date in a Final Fantasy game.
Also, just to go back to Vigra's point, my favorite episode is the last episode. And it's not an insult of the series, I just really like that last episode. That song is worth it.
Master Riga says, I never played the Final Fantasy game for those kids we just saw. I'm sorry, I was so annoyed. It's such a weird cameo, especially what's weird is that Joel at least knows Yuna a little bit, so it's weird seeing both her and Riku in this.
Tidus technically is from that.
Yeah, Tidus is here too, and Auron, which is funny because Auron's actually the same character pretty much.
Which makes you wonder about Tidus quite a bit. But what the heck is...
Yeah, and that really makes no sense, but anyway. But anyway, the fact that we're getting might be getting another 10 sequel with Tidus and Yuna, and they're both moody, bratty, and kind of selfish assholes after what happened in 10 and 10-2, it just feels so strange. Viger says, what did you like about 10-2 in general? For a lot of reasons, I will say this, and I am probably one of the only people that will ever say this. I know a lot of people say 7 is overrated, and I know some people say that about 10. I legitimately think 10 and 7 were the most deserving of sequels. And I think in 10 it's warranted just to see what a world without sin and what a world with Machina looks like, and how the society at that time learns and adapts to having a different lifestyle that's more relaxed, and how they deal with crises going forward. And I like how Yuna and the world around them really reacts. And I like the gameplay. Now some of it's a little hammy, sure, but I do like what we get from it. Master Spoilers Barbie series will make it into KH series. Oh lord. Joel.
Oh, sorry.
Something wrong?
No. I'm looking at my phone.
Oh. Figure says, dear God, I hope not. Would you ever want Barbie in Kingdom Hearts, Joel?
I mean, we're getting the Toy Story world, so there's always a possibility.
That's absolutely true.
But I don't think they're owned by Disney, so...
Yeah. No, they're owned by Hasbro. Hasbro owns them. Hasbro also owns Transformers. So the moment that Hasbro collaborates with Disney, we also would probably get Transformers, and I would love that.
Or when Disney just buys out Hasbro. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, Toy Story 4 is coming. Yes, the teaser for that just came out, I believe.
Yep.
Now that I've got that ran out of the way, I will probably never talk about that again until Nomura and Square dictate that I do. So anyway, to infinity and your mom. Oh, that was good, Vigor. That was good. I mean, Master Riku. Shit, I can't talk.
All right, let's go. Here we go, yo ho. Oh,
that's right, we are getting Pirates of the Caribbean, aren't we? By the way, we're getting a Davy Jones boss battle.
Yay.
Yeah.
That still looks kind of cool.
Pirates World's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. To Insanity and the Bomb, but did you learn to love the bomb?
Learn to love it.
As Dr. Strangelove taught us.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know where.
That is such a bizarre but fun movie, especially considering it's about nuclear crisis.
Big board. Big board.
You know what would be a good crossover? Star Wars and Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, yes.
I'd love to see Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
You're telling me we can't get a comic one-off of that? Come on. I'm loving all the Keyblade designs for 3.
I'm loving all the cinematics.
That too. So I'm loving pretty much everything about 3 so far.
I can't.
Handsome.
By the way, I'm glad those leaks really didn't do a whole lot.
Thank goodness.
I think Nomura and Square really cracked down on that. Anyone a Warp Dark Matter fan here?
I think he's so cool.
I don't know much about Warp Dark Matter. They did sort of already. Zerg, no Buzz, I am your father. Oh yeah, here's Tifa.
Yeah.
With a much smaller chest size, and I get why they had to do that, so don't even bother.
I'll just take a look around.
11 Sword just ticks his hair. Vigriff, not really her. Exactly, Vigriff. This is not really Tifa.
Sorry to bother you.
Which is sad too, because I feel like if this was actually Tifa, she could probably very easily kick Sora's ass.
I love how they just all stiffen up.
Yeah. Actually, I would kind of like to see the actual Tifa kick Sora's ass. Something about that would be interesting.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 does have Sora get punched in the face.
Tifa would do a lot more than just punch him in the face. I should really do a stream of Final Fantasy VII at some point. Because that would be a very interesting game to talk about. I imagine it'll be in the hospital for quite some time. Yeah. Also, can we please have Sora deal with Barret? Can we just have that? Can we please have that? I want the big guy with the machine gun just to interact with Sora.
Yeah.
This is it.
with the machine gun grafted to his arm, mind you. I really want to see that.
I want to see Sora team up with House Stark, but that's just me.
You want to break it?
Me too, Joel. Me too. It will never happen, but you know.
Guess I got a little.
Then again, actually, the likelihood of Barrett and that also happening is also next to none, considering Barrett curses up a storm.
Don't you want to see Sora kick Joffrey's behind?
Nah.
Or mince words with
It's one of the
Tyrion?
reasons I don't want to see Sora in the Final Fantasy VII world for kind of similar reasons, oddly enough.
Who's there?
I am the Master Control Program.
That's what when people. Actually, I'm glad we brought this up, Joe, because I want to talk about this. A lot of people are begging for Final Fantasy dedicated worlds, like actual worlds from based on the games. I don't really want that, to be completely honest. I don't really think that would really work.
Arrest?
Do you think the Disney TV world would work?
It depends on how you're doing it. In a main game, not so much, because the thing you have to think about, Joel, is that a lot of the TV shows, they do stuff over time.
We could have
They
it
do
for
a
one
lot of
adventure.
things over a series of episodes, mind you. With Kingdom Hearts in a main game, you can't really do all of that. It's sort of the same problem you have with a movie, where you have to tell something in a shorter time. And say what you will about video games, you still do have a shorter time to tell it, especially when you're dealing with multiple worlds.
Well, I think some
Which is
worlds
why I
could
feel
work.
like, which I feel like it's why it would have to work in a more spaced out context, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, use bits and pieces. I don't think you could do the entire series in one game, and actually I think that would be a big waste. Leon's reaction priceless. Yeah, Leon's like, this was not what I expected to see today. But in those sense, I think the TV worlds could work, Joel. Final Fantasy worlds, I don't think they could work.
Even with the adult humor of the TV shows?
Yes.
Who are you?
Or just that very fast-paced kind of modern humor?
Yes, which is why that's part of the reason I don't think most of the Final Fantasy worlds could work, especially Sevens, because Sevens is not this at all. It's not even a lot of that Disney stuff at all. Seven is a much more hardened world. It's a much more serious world with humor in it, but more from a dark place. And a lot of the things in 7 are much more screwed up, and I don't think people really get that.
I'm only on 2 episodes of Game of Thrones, but if Sora met the High King, he'd be like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking?" He doesn't understand any of the things he talks about when it comes to women.
Inside a mainframe computer system.
What system?
Yeah.
A computer system.
It's funny, too, especially when you realize 7 kind of just boils down to an energy crisis.
One created by a corporation called
Natural
Tron.
energy crisis.
The original program was destroyed.
Well, by the way, we're in the best world of Kingdom Hearts 2, hands down.
It was
Yes,
acquired by
the best
another
world.
user.
The best world.
The new user updated and customized the programs, renaming the system Hollow Bastion OS.
Also, this is where it's confirmed that NCOM does exist.
And to advance his private research. My name is Tron. I'm a security program.
I just want to see Final Fantasy world, so Sephiroth's theme music was used properly.
Guys get anything?
We will never get, like, Safer Sephiroth. We'll never get that. Because then basically you just, in a sense, you just want a remake of Final Fantasy VII. You wouldn't want to see that remade in Kingdom Hearts, because that really takes away from the Kingdom Hearts elements.
Mm-hmm.
Users?
I mean, if you are doing a Disney Final Fantasy crossover, you're only limiting yourself just by only using Disney World, but that's just me. Well, at this point, it's not really a Disney Final Fantasy crossover anymore. It's more of a Disney Square crossover.
At this,
Because that's kind.
even then, still, it's like, Kingdom Hearts is such its own thing.
Yeah, and its own thing. It's more Disney and anime at this point. Final Fantasy kind of was just a means of getting people to play it.
This terminal could
At this point, Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy, is not in its best of years right now.
50 microcycles ago.
So really, bringing new Final Fantasy characters into the fray isn't really doing Kingdom Hearts much justice.
I mean, look at Union Cross. It's such its own. It's the Kingdom Hearts aesthetic to a full.
We're not going anywhere unless we unlock the energy.
Yeah. still limiting themselves. If I were them, I would go for other crossover things. I feel like if they got Marvel and Star Wars, they'd be really doing a lot of interesting stuff.
And Disney TV shows.
Yep. Especially Marvel for the whole comic aesthetic, because then you could really be expanding even then.
Well, you do it in, well, you kind of still have to, you probably have to make it one world. One big comic book universe.
Yeah. Maybe a FMA world, oh lord. A Full Metal Alchemist world, oh lord, no. That's another problem I have. That would be the same logic with Game of Thrones or Final Fantasy being central worlds. Full Metal Alchemist's tone doesn't really work in a Kingdom Hearts context. There are some that would. Will be some good ones. Oddly enough, I feel like Bleach would work more before Full Metal Alchemist would.
Or Disney just needs to start making more original content.
Exactly. Master Riku, I know this sounds crazy, but I'd like to see the House of Mouse come back and have Sora show up for a cameo. That would be cool. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't brought the House of Mouse back, Joel.
They brought back those, they're doing new Disney, just Mickey cartoon shorts.
True. It would be a part of a Disney Town world, yeah.
Well, you gotta expand Disney Town. Disney Town doesn't have a Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. Don't get me started on those shorts.
I love those shorts. They're awesome shorts. You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, come on, Joel. Come on now. Remember, subjectivity.
True, but then you're just wrong.
But then aren't you wrong, then?
I'm never wrong.
This is the energy core.
The animation is an eyesore for me. That's what Master Race is. Bigger. The only person that I would think would be nice to Venus would probably be Lilo. Yes. Oddly enough, yes. Just look for the one that stands out, Joel. Or just look for the one. Follow it. Follow it. You have a camera for a reason, man. Use it.
I'm using the camera. Lilo, she draws a picture of Venus and goes, "This is your evil level."
Oh lord, there's a fanfiction of that somewhere. There has to be.
No,
like
that's revenge.
So let me ask you this: what is an animation style you can't stand nowadays?
I've always had my issues with. Now I love anime, but I hate the fact it's so stoic. I don't know. Nobody moves their hands. It's just like close to their faces talking. It's not fluid.
No, it depends on the anime. No, like I said, you just gotta find the right anime. Believe me, there are plenty of fluid anime out there. You just found some of the bad ones. I'll give you one I don't like. And this is gonna probably get me slammed, but I really didn't care for Isle of Dogs.
I never saw Isle of Dogs, but
which is weird because I hear so much praise for that director, but I just see I'm like, I'm not really a big fan of this animation. Not really a big fan of it. The 3D animation's just so.
Where am I going? Go back.
Oh, here's Nathan. What's up, Nathan? There are plenty of anime that have a lot of rampant fluidity. Thank you, Nathan. Yeah, I know you like Isle of Dogs. I know you like Isle of Dogs, Nathan. I don't know what it was. I like the story. So I don't know what it was about Isle of Dogs that just something about it I just didn't care for. I don't know what that is.
What are we supposed to do now that we're back? We're going. I think we gotta
go back into the. Yeah.
This room? Alright.
How is Into the Spider-Verse, Nathan?
I saw Into the Spider-Verse and I thought it was great. Oh, wait, I think there's one more thing we're supposed to do, right?
Yes, you gotta go to the IO. No, you have to go back. Master Kid, I never watched Isle of Dogs. I just didn't get interested in the movie. I've been that way with a lot of movies recently, to be completely honest. Maybe decided Into the Finest Spider-Verse was fantastic. Sweet, glad to hear it.
Oh, okay, I'm a little lost. I always forget when I'm supposed
I still have not, Yeah, you have to go to the terminal. You have to go back to the outside world.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I still haven't watched Bumblebee, Aquaman, Mary Poppins. I haven't seen any movie. I haven't seen a movie since Star is Born. I haven't seen a movie since any of that, and that was a couple months ago. That was back in October. I haven't seen a new movie since then.
What did you want us to
You should
do?
probably see Into the Spider-Verse.
Find my user. He'll give you
Probably in
access to
time. If I see a movie, it'll probably be Bumblebee.
So,
That'll probably be the first one I see.
DTD is the name my user gave to the data space. Copies of all the original
And more of
systems
that just for a nostalgia
are stored
factor.
there, along with anything that's sensitive or restricted.
I've seen the original. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, that's the thing we've been meaning to do for a while, Joel. We've been meaning to do a commentary on Mary Poppins.
Most likely,
Yeah.
We still need to do that too.
a number of my functions were appropriated when I last took on the MCP. That's why I need the password. If I can get inside the DTD, I can access my original backup program and restore all my
Oh, that's right,
functions.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. I forgot about that
Then I'll be
movie.
able to put this system back the way it was before the MCP got
How do you say
control and
that
changed
movie, Joel?
everything.
Mowgli?
The way it was supposed
Mowgli?
to be.
No.
A free
Mowgli.
system for you.
No, I heard
Have
it
you
wasn't
seen
that
it?
good. No, I heard it's on Netflix. It didn't look that good.
Gee, Tron.
Yeah.
Ain't the MCP one of those programs too?
That's Master
You
Riku.
know who it was who made it?
Actually,
Oddly enough, Mary Poppins and Bumblebee are neck and neck with each other right now, Joel, which is weird.
I heard they're not performing very well, though.
asking.
No, Aquaman's bringing in a lot of the dough.
my user is the user of
Oh, I love
Which
Wallace
is
and
weird, 'cause
Gromit.
I thought Mary Poppins would have dominated.
I love Wallace and Gromit.
Looks like the MCP's onto us. I'll keep this terminal up and running. You better exit the system now.
Nathan also loves Wallace and Gromit.
Tron, Ansem is...
We should also probably do commentaries on Legacy and Tron too, Joel.
Hurry.
Yeah.
We should probably do those eventually.
Good idea.
Man, that Legacy commentary is going to be fun as hell to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Tron Legacy. That was
It's such a fun movie to watch. If I had to describe any movie as fun, Legacy is a fun movie to watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's a movie for viewing experience and one that's a fun viewing experience.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's-
Imagine if they did Ready Player One and Kingdom Hearts.
oh, lordy.
Oh, talk about meta inside meta.
Meta.
Hey man, it's so meta.
Meta.
By the way, I'm one of the few people that did not hate the Ready Player One movie. I thought it was fine. Oh, Joel, you know what's funny?
What?
Speaking of Ready Player One, I hear the recent season of Sword Art Online is actually legitimately good.
Whoa. What's going on? Tell me.
Now to be fair, it's in the part of the light novels, which most people who even are naysayers of the beginning parts of SAO say, yeah, this part is the best part of this story.
Excuse me?
The Nathan says Ready Player One was okay. I always assumed she was in some sort of. Nathan said the book was terrible though. I hear that a lot too. I always hear that book is pretty bad.
Well, what's going on in Sword Art Online?
The funny thing about SAO is when I first watched it, I'm like, this would be a lot more interesting if they were dealing with AI. And funny enough, that's what this season is dealing with. It's dealing strictly with AI.
Gotcha.
So they're in a world. Kirito's in a world dominated completely by AI. There are no other characters, and they are AI that develop and with personality and grow and are born.
Looks like a diagram.
Master Riku, I never got into that anime series. Most people haven't because the first season is generally regarded as to being not that good. If you want to watch a good version of SAO, go watch Abridged.
Exactly.
Because the abridged version of that show is hilarious but legitimately good.
The DTD. See?
Oddly enough,
Door to
an abridged
darkness.
series made that show actually compelling and interesting,
What do you know?
and was oddly relevant and more relevant than I think it was meaning to be. Because as soon as we find out what Kayaba did, what he did to SAO for, is that it was because of Bethesda.
Of course.
Figure never saw it, only seen the abridged version. The abridged version is so good. The moment he says, he's like, honestly, I can't even remember anymore. And he's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, oh my god, no. So imagine we wait all that time and that's what you get. No, I did this because of Metacritic.
No see.
The organization might be listening.
Okay, I apologize, people, if I am not immediately getting your comments. The first arc is...
Yes, sir. You see, we're looking for the secret password.
Password?
Yes, Nathan, the Alfheim arc of Sword Art Online is atrocious. Most people say the first season is bad. No, I think the Alfheim arc of SAO is legitimately awful in every phase of the game.
Jasmine and Belle.
Because people say Kirito's wish fulfillment, and that arc, he's not even wish fulfillment, he's just a whiny little brat.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
With that password, we can get
Place the
access to
scanner's
Hansel's
clip.
research data.
Oh, it's so good.
So that means you might be able to find out where he is.
Master Guy, I saw one episode where a little girl ate a taco that was supposed to be really spicy, and she doesn't even react that it was spicy. She said it's delicious. I don't remember that. That shows you just how much I remember from that season.
Okay.
It's also what's interesting about Abridged is that everyone in that show is a terrible person, and they're played up as being terrible people.
Why it works.
I'm not going anywhere.
And the fact is, they get better in spite of that. Is also why it's interesting.
We will too.
It's like they realized Sword Art Online didn't realize all their characters were terrible people, but then the British version realized that and rolled with it.
Well, what's funny about the SAO, the actual anime, is that it thinks it knows what people are like in the gaming culture, but it really doesn't. There's actually a full-on video somewhere that explains why the game that they're in as Sword Art Online would be a terrible game to play.
Why would it be a terrible game to play?
Ooh, to bring another Final Fantasy reference into this, Sword Art Online, you know how you progress in Kingdom Hearts, Joel, you level up and your abilities get better because of it.
Yeah.
And that's by fighting enemies. Sword Art Online is not like that. In order for your skills to get better, you have to individually use those skills. Meaning, you want to get more health, you have to get your hit points lost. You can attack yourself, and your HP can go up over time. You want to get better with swords, you have to use swords. You want to get better with magic, you have to use magic. You want your mana power to get better, you have to let those go away. Basically, every skill set is separated into its own progression.
That sounds very complicated.
Indeed, too complicated for it to be really any fun.
Yeah, we're talking about Sword Art
Final
Online.
Fantasy 2, yes. I'm talking about... No, I mean, he's talking about comparison. Yes, Final Fantasy 2 being the comparison. Vigor says, funny thing, I hate Ericus, but other people like him, despite him being the instigator of the series. Yeah, Nathan Snyder, to the right, to the left, we will fight to the edge. Oh, yeah, so good, so good. It's funny, we have a real asshole with Jared Leto in the series, but it's funny, he's the lead singer of that song.
I didn't touch nothing.
That's how it all comes. Yeah, yeah, true story. Jared Leto is the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. That was his claim to fame before acting.
Cool.
Lose and you will be
Master, the only game I would ever want to be like SAO, I'd want it to be Kingdom Hearts, but not like the bit that keeps you trapped in the game until you beat it. I would want it to be in a more social style, sure. In a development style, no. You would not want Kingdom Hearts to be like SAO in terms of progression. You would not want it to be like that. And Vigriff, if you've played Final Fantasy II, you can profess why he would not want it to be like that. Because not only is that type of system really not fun to play, it's also broken as all hell.
Sorry.
It's actually completely broken when you think of it. Yeah, get me talking about video game progression system. I could do a whole video on that, honestly.
It looks like you can escape through there.
I've seen gameplay of Final Fantasy II and it doesn't look balanced. It isn't. When you start the game and you don't know that game is a chore to play through, then when you realize how it works, you realize just how broken that game actually is.
Oh,
What's funny though is Skyrim is a better version of 2. The thing is, Skyrim takes that system and makes it actually fun to play. And also doesn't completely separate all the progression. Some of it is general. Final Fantasy II isn't, as well as SAO. That's why SAO as a game would be terrible to play as. Would be terrible to play. You know what's funny, Joel?
What?
We have games now that are having opening weekends like Infinity War, but in Sword Art Online, it was said that it had only sold 10,000 copies.
Oh wow.
So it had probably made at best $600,000.
Well, you know Bethesda. Ah, dang, I lost.
Yeah, except Bethesda would make more money than that.
Ah, dang it. Oh, I have to start again. Oh, man.
Master Guy, I've never played Skyrim. I should do it. The thing is, Joel's throwing around the idea of me doing a stream of Skyrim, but I'm like, would people really enjoy that, though? Would people really enjoy me screwing around in Skyrim?
Yes, people love open world games like that. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of these cutscenes.
Let me ask y'all, would y'all be in any way interested in seeing me run around in Skyrim?
Skyrim, No Man's Sky.
Master Riku, and now Sora is D-Res. Yes, he is. So I would love to have a good Master Riku says, sure. Alright. I would love to have a more positive reason to talk about Bethesda, especially after all the Fallout 76 bullshit. Talk about a worse reason to talk about a company. Literally every week after their launch, something even more gets screwed up surrounding that game.
EA's not having a good year either. EA's not doing it, and EA's not.
EA has not had a really good net. Now their stock is starting to kind of rise, but EA has had a really bad year.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a quicker path sometimes by determining where EA. Okay, clearly this one is. I'm just trying to concentrate.
Yeah. Master Riku, I saw the trailers for it, didn't get on board. I didn't either. I love the song, but but otherwise, no. Figure screw EA. Yes, figure screw EA. I'm interested where Halo Infinity will go. Yeah, I'm interested where the Halo series goes after, just in general. And I never realized just how badly the Xbox One was doing until this year. I never really realized just how bad it was doing. Sales and technical wise. Microsoft really lost the war in terms of the PS4 versus the Xbox. They really lost it on this one.
Made it. Whew.
Told you, Joel. Hall bashing is where it gets to screw you levels of territory.
Nah, that's just me not being coordinated.
Tron.
I'm not good with racing sometimes.
Nathan, PS4 superior, Xbox One inferior. That is actually true.
Got that right.
Why are you here?
And we're not even talking about that hyperbolically, because in technical specs, the PS4 performs better than the Xbox.
Hey, are you okay?
And sales-wise, the PS4 has been performing better than the Xbox. You know what's funny, Joel?
Mm-hmm.
Bigger if I was never an Xbox fan. Speaking of Xbox, when they talked about its sales numbers and just how bad the sales numbers have been, the comparison they did to try to lessen is this, but it's sold a little more than the Wii U. And I just thought to myself, that is the worst thing you could have possibly said. The worst thing you could have possibly said. Saying it performed a bit better than the Wii U is not a good thing. Because the Wii U was one of the worst performing consoles of recent memory.
I had both an Xbox and a PlayStation, so I was good.
Nathan, I never got into the Xbox until the 360. Same here, Nathan. I have an original Xbox, but I do have a 360 as well. And I like the 360, especially for the exclusives. I love the Mass Effect games. I like Halo. That's really the only reason I used Xbox was pretty much Halo, as was pretty much the case for pretty much most people.
And Call of Duty, and Call of Duty.
No, Call of Duty more went to PlayStation.
I had all the Modern Warfare on Xbox.
Yeah. And of course for me, Mass Effect, because that was originally Xbox exclusive. Nathan says PlayStation Boy for life. Yeah. PlayStation and Nintendo.
I love Nintendo.
Especially Nintendo, because Nintendo's been a big part of the history for Kingdom Hearts. Funny enough. Even early Kingdom Hearts with the Game Boy Advance. I played Sonic on there but didn't get very far. Oh yeah, I forgot Sonic was a thing. I wonder what Sega's doing these days. Is Sega doing anything for that matter?
I have no idea.
So yeah, EA has not had a really good year. I'm interested to see if that Star Wars game, Vigor says not well, I'd imagine, yeah. I'm still curious if we're ever going to see a Star Wars game see the light of day, Joel. That Fallen Order, the Jedi Fallen Order game. I'm wondering if that ever sees the light of day.
I have no idea. Who knows? Okay.
Especially because I didn't realize this. I didn't even tell you this, Joel. Something I didn't realize. We're about a year away from that game releasing, and we still do not know what console it's being released for or what consoles.
Okay. Next boss section.
I've looked. There is no confirmation on what you can play it on. Which, for being a year out for a game, is a really bad sign. Considering that EA is handling that game exactly, and that it's also being handled by Respawn Entertainment, the people responsible for Titanfall, that's also saying a lot of things.
Okay.
This is the part of the stream where Joel's gonna have to focus. I mean, I would like to be excited for Star Wars games, but right now EA's not really giving me much hope for anything.
Woo! I did it!
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forget, Joel. Yeah, and this you won't get the full HP. Your HP is halved in critical.
I'm as good as new.
Master Review. One thing I'd like to see come to the current gen consoles is the older Harry Potter games. Yes, I would love to see those come to the.
I remember some of those Harry Potter games. Those were fun.
Yeah. Some of those were fun. Vigriff, I would rather trust Nintendo with the Star Wars games. I would too, Vigriff. I would too. Honestly, I would rather if we were going to give the Star Wars game license to any other publisher or company, I would rather give it to I'd give it to Nintendo. I feel like Nintendo would do more things with it more than EA would at this point.
No.
Star Wars Pod... Actually, that sounds amazing, Star Wars Pod Racing again. We need another Star Wars Pod Racing game.
But imagine Star Wars Pod Racing on the Switch. Imagine that for a minute.
Dun 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 dun.
Imagine that the other thing, you have the sticks in both hands. Think about that for a minute, Joel.
What would the Star Wars equivalent of the blue shell be, though?
Blue shell.
You don't play Mario Kart, do you?
Head to the tower.
I've played actually, fun story. The only time I've ever played Mario Kart is when I was dating someone.
I love Mario Kart. I love the Looney Tunes. That's actually
Yeah.
yeah.
I would actually like to see the old Nickelodeon games come back and be put back on newer generation. I'd love to see the SpongeBob games. I would love to stream those for achievements and stuff because those are some fun games.
I would love to see the Nickelodeon crossover games.
Yes, I would
Those were
love
so
to see
good.
those come back.
Those were so good.
So good. Battle for Volcano Island, Attack of the Toy Bots.
The
Tuesday
original
Night.
Avengers. The original.
Yes, literally the original Revenge. SpongeBob games are actually fun. Yes, they are. I remember playing a SpongeBob game on the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, some of those SpongeBob games on the Game Boy Advance were hard as hell, too.
Oops, I think I went the wrong way.
I love the tongue surfing. Yes, the tongue surfing was amazing.
Oh, that was so much fun.
The Fairly Odd Parents games, I like to see those come back.
Those were cool. They had some good stories to them.
Yeah, especially the Breaking the Rules game. That was a fun game.
I like the second one with the shadow.
Oh, yes, that too. Also, the Jimmy Neutron games. Bring those back. Please bring those back. The Jet Fusion game. That was the, funny enough, the first PlayStation 2 game I ever played was Jimmy Neutron Jet Fusion.
Which one was Jet Fusion about?
Jet Fusion, the spy.
It's been a long time.
Professor Calamitous.
Oh, that's right.
And that is a hard game into this game, but I love that game. Also, Attack of the Twonkies.
I thought that was a special.
It was, but it was a game first. That's how it became a special. Honestly, I can't tell who has a bigger ego, Jimmy Neutron or Dexter. Honestly, go watch the sodium chloride video on YouTube. That'll put things into perspective for you. If I could link that in the. You remember the Jimmy Neutron episode, Joel, with where they work at that burger place?
Yeah, I remember. That was a good episode. It's one of my favorites.
There's a really bizarre video on YouTube that kind of goes into Jimmy Neutron's ego. The comments for that video are hysterical. If any of you are watching this, look up Jimmy Neutron sodium chloride. You will find that video. It's amazing. Nathan and Master Ricky said probably Dexter. Maybe, probably. Now get out of my laboratory.
Hang on.
You know what's sad, Joel? You look back at Jimmy Neutron, you understand all the shit Jimmy's saying nowadays, but you're like, kid, you're being an asshole about it, really.
Oh, no. I forget what I'm supposed to do when I head to the IO tower again. Hang on. Alright. I think am I just supposed to go here?
And
Did I miss something cool? I think I might have missed something.
Or
am I supposed to leave?
Talk to Tron. No, talk to Tron, I guess.
No, I have to go back in here. Here we go. There we go.
There's back. You gotta fight that.
After this boss, Cole, we call it a day. After this boss.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. By the way, I miss Danny Phantom to this day. I still miss Danny Phantom.
I want to help them.
Sora and Danny Phantom, I want that.
They would get along amazingly.
They understand each other.
I can't really say
Yeah.
for sure.
By the way, that theme, the Danny Phantom theme song is so good.
He's and of course, the greatest enemy special was so good.
Yes, that is a dark Nickelodeon episode.
That's like the most scariest, darkest thing they've probably ever done, if you think about
that
it.
and Avatar, yeah.
I think darker, honestly.
Yeah, especially when you see evil Danny killing his human self. That is a horrifying image.
Here's why I want something like that to happen in Kingdom Hearts, where Sora has to deal with an evil self, with a true evil self.
Danny, the evil Danny is almost what I wish Vanitas would become. Not really crazy, but more calm and collected, but more vicious.
Definitely.
Nathan says Danny Phantom was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. There are a lot of great villains in that show. Vlad.
Love Vlad.
Ember. You'll remember her name. You will remember her name.
I love. Oh, it's played voiced by Tara Strong.
Yep. Nathan Snyder, the first 2 seasons are great, but 3 was rather disappointing, yeah. Is 3 the one where he learns how to use ice? Because that was the one decent episode I liked from that.
I don't.
Also, the movie, the Rainstorm.
There were a bunch of movies, so I don't remember which one exactly.
Rainstorm is the one where the Ghost Zone and the human world get merged, and it's dealing with the Ghost King.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was the Halloween special.
Yeah, that's such a great episode. Skulker, yeah, Skulker is great.
The Box Ghost.
Yeah, there was a great episode with the Box Ghost. Yes,
the Box
Technus is great too. And the funny thing is, the Box Ghost actually had a really good episode, and actually in the future was actually badass.
Oh, and the Pirate Kid is voiced by the kid from
God, Taylor Lautner, yeah.
The kid from Twilight.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's voiced by Taylor Lautner, and funny, he has more personality there than he does in Twilight.
I am the Box Ghost.
Quietly, beware!
Beware!
Oh, there's so many good. Also that teacher, that really attractive teacher who ends up, yeah.
Which one with the attractive teacher? There's so many characters.
The one that changed her skin.
Oh yeah.
I'd better get to work.
Remember that episode?
The lunch lady.
What answer?
Oh, imitating his oldest. Yeah. A lot of great villains.
John, we didn't get the password from Ansem.
You know who I forget from Danny Phantom, who I also love, who's also an anti-hero, Joel? Valerie.
Oh yeah, the hunter.
Her whole story, I love her whole storyline.
I mean, he still is. I guess.
I love that stuff.
Actually,
The last episode she appears in, where she and Danny will have one last fight, where they're in space and she has that new suit. That's great.
Yeah.
I can ship both her and Danny. Are you talking Danny and Ember or Danny and Valerie? Because I ship her and I ship Valerie and Danny more than I do Danny and Sam.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I always liked Valerie more than I did Sam.
I first knew wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
Oddly enough.
That's okay, but now I really don't get it.
Oh, the Christmas episode.
Understand it either.
Oh yeah, I remember the Christmas episode.
Where they speak in rhyme.
Yeah.
Finally figure it out. You have the ability to take illogical routes and still arrive at the answers you seek.
Does anyone remember My Life as a Teenager? But they have it on Netflix. They have it on Netflix now?
I don't know. Do they? That'd be cool.
All right, let me look that up real quick. Actually, I'll look up on that. Okay, so that's the case. I'm gonna binge watch that because I love My Life as a Teenage Robot.
My Teenage Robot life.
Oh yeah, the Ghost Rider was voiced. Oh, I didn't know the Ghost Rider was voiced by Will Arnett. That's really cool.
I'll keep a dedicated access channel.
Everyone in the chat's just freaking out like they have My Life as a Teenage Robot.
The MCP for a while.
Don't.
Access channel?
Okay, I gotta figure this out. I'm sorry. Hang on. Please let me do this, please. Please let me do this.
It's a very important link between our worlds. It's how we stay connected.
Come on, come on, come on. You still there, Joel?
Yeah, I'm here.
You. My friends.
Still there?
I'm here. Hello.
Okay, people, I am on Netflix. We are gonna find this out.
You too.
I really don't have Netflix on my phone. I got rid of it. Drum roll. Ooh, new keyblade.
Well, that's that.
So welcome to my life as a teen.
Tron, hang in there.
And
Not seeing it.
Where do we start?
I'm gonna look up Nickelodeon real quick, because that might be a better.
did you just type in My Life as a Teenage Robot?
No, I typed in Teenage Robot. That probably wasn't the best thing to
Type
narrow
in My
down.
Life as a Teenage Robot. Just type in the actual show's name.
It's asking for a password.
Good point.
That's easy. It's
Don't make this more complicated, Cole, than you have to.
I gotta type. Hey, it's on a PS4. It's harder to type stuff than on a PS4.
Ow.
To the point.
Huh?
Well,
That did it.
What?
We're in.
Oh, we got a new person. Susanna Livingston.
Need to see what that
What's up, Susanna Livingston? Sephiroth. Coming in high on this
It
Sephiroth.
wasn't
Yeah.
exactly easy to get.
Let's see. Come on. Help me out here. Please have this. Please have this. You don't know how much my Christmas will be made if this is bigger doesn't see on Netflix. Come on.
Right?
Is it like on Netflix but in a different country?
That actually could be possible.
Not seeing it?
I'm still typing.
Nathan doesn't see it either.
No, it's not there.
Well, on that sad note, see, we should probably call this a break for now. We've gone for
Damn it.
Exactly.
I was about to be so excited.
Well,
Joel and I were about to hop on this and start doing some commentaries on that.
Ursa Kitt's in that show, and I love her. Also, I just realized we never talked about something I wanted to really discuss this time. This screen. Arnold Schwarzenegger needs to be a party member in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Master E says it was last time I was on. They may have removed it. I did see YouTube has it for rent purchase. Yeah, that happens occasionally. Sometimes Netflix will pull stuff off.
But again, on that note, I think we should call it quits for now.
We'll be back.
We'll be back, people. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment, subscribe. We will be doing more of these, and look forward to our backdrop discussion. That's the next.
Yep.
And the prologue.
And until next time, may your heart be your guiding key.
So, get to the chopper. Blah. Bye.